But it's not at home, it's at home, but not at home. So it's the rural home office. Igama lami ngu-Anele Ngowakangcoya, ngihlala eRichmond, which is in KZN, South Africa, somewhere in between Pietermaritzburg and Ixopo. And yeah, I live in the rurals. And welcome to my channel. Sigqoke ipinifa and we've got amagoda that are days old. Yeah, I moved into my rural home office today. There's nothing in here. It's not the rural home office. I first called it the home office, but it's the rural office. But it's not at home, it's at home, but not at home. So it's the rural home office. In part one of this building a business or setting up a business in the rurals, I talked about the building up until the stage. This has been like washed with cement on the outside and the inside, and I'm about to start plastering on the inside. At this stage, I was about to start plastering on the inside. And yeah, throughout this project, I've had my cousin helping me. I started out with one, guys, but if you know anything about builders in the rurals, is that they're unreliable. Not that they are unreliable in terms of time, they just don't know how to manage their time. They can't say, oh, I can't come this week, I'm going to be coming through next week on Tuesday, and then I'm going to work on your project for 3 days, and then I won't be available again. So I started out with other guys, and then I had to switch, and then I worked with my cousin in the hat, the one in the beanie. So yeah, now they're about to like help me plaster the inside. I started with the inside because I was already kind of like working in here, and then I moved on to the outside. I moved in after the plastering actually. Like the first part of this video is when they just finished plastering, and I moved my desk in here, and I also got an extension cable to just work and get electricity from the neighbors. This is my friend Umbosi and my niece coming through to the office. I miss her. She hasn't been around in a while. So yeah, this is how we do a concrete mix. I think if you don't have those pouring machines, this is how we do it. You just mix, and then you use. So the sand is first mixed with the cement. I think it's a ratio of 1 bag of cement is equal to 5 bags of sand. And then they mix the sand alone, and then they add the water. So I think I used about at most 3 bags of cement in here, and then I used about 2 or 1.5 cubic meters of sand to plaster the inside and the outside. Actually, it might have been like 2 or 3 because I had extra sand that was left over from the building process. So we don't have water here yet. That's why the car is parked outside in the last few seconds, and we've been collecting the water from home and bringing it here with the car. The van was not here, so I used the Gets, which is my brother's car. So you mix it until it's like pasty and yogurty. Yeah, and only then do they start plastering. How much did I pay for the labor? I think to plaster on the inside was about 2 grand. Yeah, I think it was about 2 grand on the inside, and then 2 grand on the outside, so in total 4. And then I think the cement was about 100 rand each, so like about 5,000, 6,000 to plaster on the inside and the outside. What else was needed for this process? Nothing. The wheelbarrows were already there, the spades were already there at home. I didn't have to buy them. And then once it's pasty like this at the bottom, like you can see on the floor, the one guy throws it and then the other one throws it again onto the wall. So they throw it on the wall like this, and then they leave it to like sort of dry out a bit, not too much, and then they come back and they float it. So what had happened was, like with builders like this in the rurals, you must be there most of the time, otherwise they will play you, child. At the end of this this building insert, you'll see they did the floors for me, but at the moment I'm redoing the floors because they played me and I've decided I'm gonna do it myself. So like most of the time you just have to be there or they will play you, and this was one of those instances. So I was here while they were mixing like the plaster, but then I left when they were doing this side. And then when I came back, they had like scraped in the middle. They'd scraped like some of the plaster off and they were just lines. It wasn't smooth like it's supposed to be. And I think there's another part of the video, the snippets, where you can see the actual lines where they tried to scrape it off. Like 2 or 3 meters of the wall, they were just like, we're not going to float this side, we're tired. So I was like, no. So sometimes, especially if you are younger, you have to have the backbone or the muscle to like basically stand up to men, or especially men that are older, and tell them that you don't like such and such a thing. But also because mina ngise KZN kumele ube nenhlonipho indlela oyenza ngayo, umtshela ngayo umuntu ukuthi like awuyithanda into ayenzayo, because otherwise they'll feel disrespected, especially with like, it's not even with especially manual labor. I work remotely and sometimes I also have those emotions. So it's important to like communicate your displeasure to someone in a way that is kind and cognizant of the effort that they've actually put in. As much as they were trying to cheat me, I also had to be like kind and respectful in communicating the fact that I felt like I was being cheated, because potentially they might have not been actually trying to teach me. This has happened also when we were building the coffee table. Like I wanted to do it myself, and then my cousin was like, I'm already here, let me do it for you. And then he goes on to cut something else, and I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, is it design it? I'm like, no, that's not what I want. Like, I asked you to cut a circle. Why are you now cutting a diamond? And come on now, child. So you constantly have to be there, and you have to do your own research, because if you don't do your own research, they are not going to do right by you. And unesibindi lo bhuti lona, so ukuthi afike la azodance, I dance. Meanwhile, like nothing is finished. My bathroom is not finished. The door to my office has not been plastered. Like there's so many things. But also he has helped me so much get to the next level. Hello. He's such a funny guy. It's really easy to work with him, as much as he is who he is. It's really easy to work with him also. And I enjoy his company. So here's the floor that they played me with. So this was like, I think one part, I think they fucked it up with the measurement, because it's supposed to be 1 part cement, and I did my research, guys. I did. It's supposed to be 1 part cement, 1 part sand, and then a little bit of the oxide. And I'm not sure how they mixed this shit. But in the end, it didn't sit like it was supposed to. This is a method called screeding. It's called screeding, and I'll show you how I'm going to do it myself, and then we'll see if that holds. But in the beginning it was going well. The screeding was screeding, and he's going in here with the floats and making it smooth. But I think the ratios were fucked up to begin with, because when this dried out and I was sweeping, all of the dust was just like coming off. And maybe there's something that I did wrong, and I'm even going here, me myself, pouring the mix into the floor and just wasting my money essentially. But at least it wasn't a lot of materials. I think it was about 5 liters, 10 liters, or 5 liters of cement and 5 liters of sand, so it wasn't really a lot. The only thing that I'm complaining about is the time that it's taken me to scrape off the cement that we put in earlier. and then scrape off the paint and then try and do it myself. That's the one thing that I'm complaining about, honestly. But overall, it's helped me through 2023. The floors were like this through 2023, and now it's February 2024, and I'm going to be redoing the floors in a similar way. Yeah. So this space, this entire space, the outside, at some point I could do or make a video about like the whole space, how we got it, what we want to do with it and everything. But we want to create a sort of like work and home separation, because we're also in agriculture. We found, as you can see, there's like neighbors down there. So we are also involved in a bit of agri, so it's just to try and create a bit of like work and home separation for our agribusiness, try and create like more processes. And then also for me to have a work and home separation, because I work from home, but also to have a business space for my cosmetics products. So I'll be able to make my cosmetics products here, but also work from here for my job. My job, I work for a non-profit organization called Open Cities Lab, which I often think the name suggests that we all work with open data and open source technology and cities. Not a lab, a technical lab, like build like test tubes and stuff. But yeah, we work with data and open source technology to try and empower citizens, capacitate our government, and then create an trust and accountability in civic space. So we do a range of things. I enjoy my job. I love my job, actually. So yeah, it's been really nice working here today. I've been so productive. Looking forward to like working here tomorrow, and I enjoy the view. I still have to wash the windows and paint and install cupboards there at the back, and a sink and electricity. Right now I'm getting my electricity from the neighbors and like giving them like smallanyana something for the gas, but it's not much, and seeing where that goes until I can get my own thing installed by Eskom, but it's taking forever. And yeah, I'll just share, like, maybe I'll make a video about how much it cost, like how I got here and everything. And one day we'll be moving into an earthly queue, like proper factory across the hill over there somewhere. And yeah, it'll be a story, like this video will be here as a reminder of where we started. That's it. What else? I write, so often I'll make the confusion of calling this channel a blog instead of a channel. But I hope whoever's listening will be able to understand. So if you're tired of the burbs, if you're looking to change also, or you'll find that like hybrid, remote, rural, urban, hybrid living situation, I'll share some of the stuff that I use to stay connected here. I'll share some of the processes, the stuff that I get up to. Like the rurals can be boring, so like wenzenjani emakhaya kunaleyo impression yokuthi emakhaya kuyabhora akwenzeki lutho, but at the end of the day ubani ozokwenza izinto emakhaya if thina singahlali khona, abantu abazali emakhaya bengahlali khona, ubani ozokwenza izinto emakhaya. So that's my motivation for all that, doing the rural, urban, remote working situation. And so far it's been fun. Like I can't say that like I'm necessarily saving money, because last year I was living in Durban and that was like expensive for me. I don't know, it's just not what I'm designed for. The permanent urban living situation is not what I'm designed for. And yeah, finding a balance, and this channel is about how I find a balance and the reason and the things that motivate my finding a balance. I'm sure Tyler is going to do the most to this audio, but it's okay,